Good morning. It's April 15th, 2024, and I'm here at entry point 77, Hegman, to start off my canoe season. I can't wait. I can't believe I'm doing this in April, and I'm super excited. Safety is always on my mind, and especially on this trip with ice out just happening and the cold temperatures and the cold water. So let's be safe and let's have some fun. It's before fishing opener, and I enjoy fishing for walleye, so I'm not going to be doing that on this trip. But I plan on getting in my canoe, which I've been longing to do, and get out here in the woods and burn some wood and stay warm. So let's get going. Let's kick off 2024, baby. Let's go. Turns out there's ice. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this. Well, we made it to South Hegman, and it's a little discouraging. There's ice here. I had plans on maybe going to Little Bass. I've been here with my wife and kids. It's such an easy entry point. One about a quarter-mile portage, and then you're right here on South Hegman. And there's 3 pretty nice campsites on this lake. You can get a Boundary Waters trip with the family and not have to paddle and portage a bunch, so it's pretty nice. And I thought coming this early in the year it'd be cool to come to South Hegman. I was hoping it was ice free. It turns out it's not, but I was gonna go to Little Bass just because I've always thought, you know, if all the campsites are taken on Hegman, I'd have to take the family and dogs to Little Bass, but never had to do that, so I thought I'd do that on this trip. But seeing this ice out here, it makes me question if I should even do this. But because if it shifts and moves, it could block me in. But there's not that much. It's supposed to be 55 today and sunny like it is, then cool off and get windy. So my biggest fear though is the ice sheet shifts and then blocks me in. Pretty sure I could walk the sides and get back to the truck, but so that's what I'm fearing. But I've had doubts. I sat here and thought about whether I should do this. I'm gonna at least get out in the water and try it. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay, but something to be nervous about. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it melts. Hopefully by the end of the day. But yeah, guess we'll hop in the canoe. There's a head for this campsite on the point. It's like the first one you get to. It's really nice. My wife loves it. Kids love it. Dogs love it. But I'm just worried that I'm not going to find a bunch of woods since this is such a popular and easy entry point. But let's give it a go. See what happens. See you on the water. Trying to think of where we got in and out. I think it's further back here. Yeah. Wrong rock. I think it's easier if we go back this way. There we go. This looks easier. All right. Like I said, pretty easy to get here. Get off this rock. All right, it's hard to believe, but you know, a few minutes and you're here. Almost feels like cheating, but what the heck. I'm gonna set up my tent and chill here for a few days, and feels good to be out here. So let's go. All right, we got the tent out, and what I do is I lay it out and figure out which side is the sleeping side, which we got this air vent here. That's either going to be at your head or at your feet. So you're going to sleep on that, on this side of the tent, and then on this side is your storage and where the fire box goes. So kind of lay it out, twist it around, lay on the ground, figure out where you like it, and this is where I hope I like it. So time to stake it out. All right, got most of the tent set up. Got the outside set up. Got the inner bathtub with the mesh set up. Now I just gotta zip it back up, do the pull-outs that pull the tent walls out to give you more room inside. So let's do that. All right, I did it again. I put the inside, the screen and bathtub on the wrong side of the tent, covering the door. So all I got to do is unhook it from the stakes and then just 180 it. Originally I was thinking of sleeping on this side, and it seemed like it was a low spot. It's supposed to rain, so I don't want it to pool up, and I'm gonna switch it over to the high side where I will hopefully stay dry. So I'm gonna fix that now. Second time in a row that I've put the inside in the wrong position, but you know, what do you do? It's easy fix. All right, now we got it right. So there's a door here, and the firebox will go right inside. So now we're set. All right, got the tent set up and the sleeping pad mostly filled up. I finished topping it off after I get my sleeping bag that kind of wraps around it, which I love. I'm a roller and like to toss and turn when I sleep, and now that the sleeping bag is connected to the pad, I can roll all day inside of it and sleep like a baby. So it's one of the better things that I bought was the pad with a sleeping bag that goes over the pad. It's amazing. Before I just had a pad. It was lighter weight and smaller, but I would roll around, slide off it, the pillows would fall off of it, and that big Agnes sleeping bag, it's got a little pillow crate where the pillow stays there. It's really made a difference for sleeping on the ground out here in the Boundary Waters, so I like it. Then I guess the other thing I want to mention is a chair. For many years we would just sit on the logs, and you know, it was great, but finally I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get a chair. My good tripping buddy, he bought one too, and it's probably one of the luxury items that I would not want to leave is a chair. It's lightweight, I don't know what it is, pound and a half, something like that. I mean, everything adds up. So, but yeah, I mean, these chairs out here are pretty nice. I mean, some of the campsites you come to don't have logs to sit on, so I mean, the chair is definitely nice, especially when you're out in the woods and get a little backrest. It's it's nice. So anyways, set up my chair now so I can sit in comfort and relax for a little bit and finish setting up camp. It's before fishing opener, so I'm not going to be fishing at all. This is basically a wood burning mission, and basically just get out here and camp. All winter been looking forward to getting out here, and I just can't believe I'm doing this in April. The ice at the entry makes me a little nervous. I know it could shift and block me from getting to the entry point to exit out of here, but hopefully today most of it will melt, and there's a shoreline that I could walk if I have to. So I'm a little nervous about it, but I think I'm going to be all right. Yeah. Now you can straight lounge in comfort, almost like being at home. Chair's a must. right. The next luxury item that I bring is this little folding table by Big Agnes as well. But yeah, totally unnecessary, but I bought it and it's really nice to have. I don't really eat on it, but it's nice to set up and it's kind of just collect things on so you don't have to bend over. And I don't know, I like it. Also, got my vacation gloves in here for when I'm working with wood. And I also keep my folding saw in here, so it doubles the table and way to carry my saw in here. Here's that big boy, the silky boy, the saw that I love. But yeah, this table is, again, I mean, it adds up. I don't know what this table weighs, maybe a pound or two again. And like I said, I mean, you can bring as little or as much stuff, and I'm one of the guys that probably brings way too much stuff, but you know, if I'm willing to carry it, it's well worth it when you get to camp. So to me anyways. There, I got a nice little table to set anything you want on, so yeah. Chair, table, 2 luxury items you don't need, but they're nice to have. Got the tent set up, my air mattress filled like I said, or air pad. Still got to get the sleeping bag out. Just kind of relaxing, enjoying the beautiful day. The sun's out, it's warm today. I know it's gonna get cold and windy here the next couple of days, but gonna enjoy the nice weather while I have it. Get everything set up. Might set up the tarp. I know it's supposed to rain. I can't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I think Wednesday. Might set up a tarp so I can put it over the fire pit. I'm mostly gonna be chilling here at camp, especially when it's gonna be windy. The water's way too cold to take any chances, but yeah, I'm gonna need to find a lot of wood, and I'm a little worried that finding wood, enough wood, is gonna be challenging, so we'll see. But yeah, it's just a wonderful day out here. It's April 15th. I just can't believe it. The earliest I've ever been out here was last year. I think the Monday after fishing opener, I went into entry point 23 Mudrow. My first trip with my new solo canoe, and I brought one of my wiener dogs, Norman. I have 2 of them, but Norman just loves the lake at the cabin. He is obsessed, and I can't believe I brought him all the way to Moose Camp Lake. He loved it, but it was very stressful. Anytime he loves to play fetch. We'll throw this little disc in the water all day, and he'll swim and get it and retrieve it, and it's what he does all day, and he loves it. So when I was in the canoe, I'd cast and I would think he was going to jump out, and it would make me nervous, so it wasn't really relaxing. And then when I was fishing from shore at the campsite, I had him, since he's just a small little wiener dog, I tied up a rope between 2 trees and kind of made a little dog run for him, and it worked out where he could just get down to the water and couldn't get into it. And I'd cast, and he would just bark and bark and bark because he'd want to go retrieve it. So I thought Norman was going to be my solo tripping buddy, but it was too much work and too stressful. So I'm glad I got to do the one trip with them. Who knows if I'll do another one with them or not, but yeah, just beautiful. So guess I better get my sleeping bag out, get everything done so I can go. Well, it's nice out, not too windy, go paddle around a little bit. It's one of the main reasons I'm up here, is just to get out in the canoe. I've been itching to just be out here and be out in the woods and be up north in northern Minnesota. I love it. So, yep, enough talking and time to get to work. All right, came on the trail a little bit ago to walk up here. I've been here with my family. You got a nice view of the lake, and I happened to find a tree that is down and hanged up in another tree. I'm gonna cut it up and see if it's dry wood, but here's the view. It's the back side of the campsite, and it's pretty nice. So got the lake behind you, just awesome. Just what a beautiful April day. I just can't believe it. Oh yeah. Yep. This is what it's all about. Ah, feels so good to be out in the woods, man. It feels so good. But anyways, let's get on down over to that tree and see if we can't get that processed up. Turn the camera around. Yeah, I just came down this trail, checking out the scenery of the lake. And right here I found this tree. It's I don't know if you would technically call that dead and down, but it's pretty much there. So I'm gonna see what I can do with this. Alright, so a little creek that runs to Nels, and it also goes to Little Bass Lake. But just paddling around, seeing if I see any wood, but I'm gonna get out here and check things out. Well, I got a few pieces of wood. I got out, went to the other side of the creek, and there's a couple of small dead stuff laying down, so I cut that up. One of the pieces is really nice, and the other stuff is kind of questionable. But it's a beautiful day. Paddling around looking for wood. In April. Love it. I just paddling the shoreline, and I've come across the other campsite. That's the closest campsite near me, second one out of the three. But last year when my wife, kids, and dogs came here to spend a couple nights, the campsite I'm on now was occupied. So last year we hit up this one, and it's not bad either. It's pretty good. But I'll turn the camera on, just quick show you around this camp. Plenty of room for tents. It's not bad. In fact, Tuesday afternoon all the way to Wednesday, it's supposed to get windy, like 20-mile-per-hour winds with like 40-something mile-per-hour wind gusts out of the east. And checking out the compass, this probably would have been the better campsite to stay at, but too late now. But yeah, here's the campsite. Well, paddled around South Hegman here a little bit, got a little bit more wood. Checked out the other campsite, but getting hungry, so I think I'm gonna head back to camp, take some of this wood out of the canoe, and have a quick and easy peanut butter sandwich for lunch. But yeah, nice day. Doesn't even feel like April, man. Just beautiful. I know I keep saying it, but just never would have thought it could be out here this early. So it was a crazy winter, that's for sure. So see you back at camp. Back to camp. All right. Well, I guess it's time to get the stove set up. Stove came with these gloves so you can't cut yourself. The chimney and stuff is pretty sharp, and I've never cut myself on it, but you're out here in the woods, so I might as well Might as well be safe, so I put them on. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Quick and easy. Well, time to set up the tarp. It's supposed to rain really late on Tuesday and then rain on Wednesday when it's windy, so might as well set it up now while it's nice and calm out. Well, I got the tarp set up. It's pretty low. It's gonna be windy starting tomorrow afternoon into Wednesday. So it's kind of low right now. I can still sit underneath it. That's the main goal, is just to come outside and sit here. If it's raining, I could maybe have a small fire with that low, but otherwise I have this telescoping pole. If it's not windy, like right now, I can use it. There's these loops on here, you can tether it down, but I am gonna not leave this overnight or anything like that, but just for tonight. I'm burning wood now. It kind of raises the tarp a little bit, so yeah, all set up. Now I just got to process all this wood I got, so let's start doing that. Pretty nice night. Just taking a break, processing some of this wood. Some of it's pretty good, some of it's pretty questionable, but it's what I found. So time to relax for a little bit and then back to processing more wood. Well, it's about 7:40 in the evening, and still not too cool out. I think it's about 50 degrees, but I don't have a ton of wood, and it's going to be cold the next, well, tomorrow I don't think it's going to be too bad. But anyways, I'm trying to conserve wood, so I haven't started a fire yet, but I'm kind of getting bored just sitting here. So I'm going to burn some of this brush I have for something to do. I have a few pieces that I'm going to burn tonight and just enjoy the evening, and then eventually head off into the tent to lay in bed and start the stove up and get warm and just fall asleep, be dressed warm, and have a good evening. And hope tomorrow's a good day. A little nervous about the 40-mile-per-hour wind gust. Hope it doesn't get too crazy. So let's start this fire. Well, I'm gonna relax by the fire and watch it burn. So catch you either later tonight, maybe when I start up the stove in the tent. But have a good evening. Well, it's about 10 o'clock. I'm perfectly warm, but I have all this wood, so I'm going to have one small fire in here as I go to bed. So I'm going to light it now. Last I checked, it was only 44 degrees. Not too cold. I don't know, there's just something fun about doing this on cold shoulder seasons like this. Good night, everybody. Oh, good morning. It's day 2, Tuesday. It's already getting windy out. I think got down to 38 degrees last night. Like I said, I had one small fire and then went to bed. And it's kind of chilly. I had another layer I could put on, but I didn't. Then, I don't know, about maybe 5 in the morning, it's like, what the heck. So I started one more small fire and helped me fall back to sleep. And got up around 7. I ended up taking the tarp down. It was already windy and I realized it's going to be too cold and windy to be sitting underneath the tarp and too windy to have a fire there. So I took that down. Was planning on leaving on Thursday, but today it's going to be really windy and then rain Wednesday or Tuesday, real late tonight I think, right around midnight, and then rain during the day on Wednesday and be really windy again until about noon. So I don't know, I was thinking about maybe leaving this afternoon. It's going to be really windy this afternoon, but I was kind of checking it out, see how crazy it gets. But I can take my canoe to the other side of the point here, be out of the wind. I can hug the shoreline all the way back to the exit. So we'll see. But right now I'm boiling some water. Gonna have some dehydrated meal for breakfast here, and decide what to do. But I'm gonna burn some wood in the stove here and get it toasty warm. I've got more wood out I can process if I am gonna stay for the next 2 days. But we'll see what I decide. Part of me is really thinking there's no reason to be out here in the cold, wind, and rain. So we'll see what I decide though. I'm gonna let the water boil and eat breakfast, and we'll check back later. Morning. Yeah, cool and windy. With it supposed to be rain and windy tomorrow, I'm probably gonna eat breakfast and see if I can't get my tent put away in the wind. I just checked it out. If I go to the back side of the campsite, the peninsula here is blocking this east wind, and it looks like calm day on the other side. At least for now. It's the wind gusts, and the wind is going to pick up a little bit more here in the next few hours. But yeah, I suppose there's no reason to just sit here. It's too windy and too cold to do anything in the canoe with the water temperatures. And even if the water's warmer, I generally, if it's windy, try to hunker down at camp for safety. But yep, I scratched the itch, got out here in the boundary waters, and now I can say I've done a one-nighter in April, and well, it's good enough for me. Go back to the cabin, take a sauna, sleep one night at the cabin, then go home and see the wife and kids and get back to reality. So, but my still waiting for the water to boil, so I haven't had breakfast yet. Just enjoying a hot chocolate, and yeah, we'll check back later. See how things are going. Take it easy. All right, it's like 11:30, 11:40. I'm all packed up, tents down, stoves put away, everything's packed up. I got my canoe and everything waiting for me on the other side of this point here that the campsite's on. Right here, I'm just getting bombarded with this east wind at this campsite. Should have thought about that. For some reason, well, I thought I was going to Little Bass. For some reason, I thought the east was going to be coming this way, and that the land was going to block most of the wind. But then when I got here, after I set up my tent and everything, I took out the GPS and looked which way north was, and it was not straight behind the campsite, but a little this way. So the east wind is just coming right off the lake, right into here. So I'm gonna head back to the cabin. It's a short one-night trip, but I was hoping to do it longer, but just don't feel like being stuck in the tent. And tomorrow's supposed to rain, so, and be cold, and the wind still. So let's call the one night good enough. Scratch the itch, like I said earlier, and got plenty of trips lined up for this year. So just head back to the cabin, take a sauna, and say at least I came here in April. So it was fun. It's always good to be out here. So we'll check back later. Hopefully the wind isn't bad on the other side. I've checked it out multiple times and it seems okay. When you get right to the exit there, it might open up a little bit, get a little windy, but I think I'm going to be all right. So see you at the entry point on the way out. Take care. All right, made it back to the entry point to get out of here, and the good news is the bay here that was half covered in ice is all gone now. So my fear of the ice shifting and blocking me from getting here is nothing to worry about. It's melted, so that's good. But I already got the first load, the blue barrel and the paddles up to the truck. Now it's just to get the pack and the canoe and head to the cabin and take a sauna. So this was a short trip. Wish it could have been longer. It could have been, but just didn't feel like dealing with the wind, the cold, and the rain tomorrow. So all right, I'm all set. Just gotta strap up the canoe and I'm out of here. Trip number one of the year, 2024, was a short one, but I had fun. I got to use my hot tent one more time, and it was great. Just super excited for May for my next trip. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next trip. See ya.